I stood in the middle of my parents' living room holding my phone while my fiancé and my own sister sat just a few feet away. They thought I didn't know, but I did. And in the next few minutes, I was about to read out loud every message they never wanted anyone to hear. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted, someone who thought they'd get away with it, go ahead and hit subscribe, like the video, and drop a comment below if you believe some truths deserve to be exposed, no matter how messy it gets. Because this is what happens when silence finally breaks. I'm still trying to process everything. Even now, it doesn't feel real. Before that day, I spent hours, no, days, arguing with myself, sitting in silence, rereading messages, my chest tight, my stomach in knots, and not just because I was pregnant. Part of me wanted to pretend I never saw anything, to keep the peace, to protect what little stability I had left. But another part of me, the part that had been ignored, disrespected, laughed at behind my back, was done. I couldn't keep smiling at family dinners while they secretly tore me apart. So, I made a decision. I called my mom before the gathering. My voice was steady, but my hands were shaking. I'm breaking up with him, I told her, and you need to be ready for what's about to happen. She tried to ask questions, but I didn't explain. Not yet, because I wanted everyone to hear it at the same time. When I arrived at my parents' house, it felt like walking into a normal day. Too normal. Laughter, background chatter, plates clinking in the kitchen. And there they were, my fiancé sitting comfortably on the couch, my sister right beside him, like nothing was wrong, like they hadn't been sneaking around behind my back while I was home raising our daughter. My mom rushed over and gently grabbed my arm. "Let's talk first," she whispered, her voice tense. But I shook my head. "No," I said quietly. "Everyone needs to hear this." I walked straight into the living room. Every step felt heavy, like I was dragging years of trust behind me just to let it crash. "Can I have everyone's attention?" I said. The room fell silent. Confused faces turned toward me. My sister rolled her eyes immediately, like I was about to cause some unnecessary drama. My fiancé shifted uncomfortably, already sensing something wasn't right. And that's when I opened my phone. "I found something," I said. My voice didn't shake anymore. It was calm. Too calm. I found messages. Between him and her. I didn't even say their names. I didn't need to. You could feel the tension snap. My sister laughed under her breath. "Oh my God, what are you talking about?" I didn't answer. I just started reading. At first, it was subtle. Little inside jokes. Flirty comments. But then it escalated. I read messages where they mocked me. Joked about how clueless I was. About how I never noticed anything. One message made my stomach drop every time I read it. "She deserves this anyway." The room went completely still. No one interrupted me. Not even them. Then I read the timestamps. Dates. Times. Proof. Messages sent while I was at home, pregnant, taking care of our daughter. While he was texting my sister behind my back. While she was pretending to be supportive, smiling in my face. My sister suddenly stood up. "This is ridiculous," she snapped. "You're twisting everything." But I didn't stop. I kept reading, because the truth didn't need defending. It spoke for itself. Then I dropped the part that changed everything. He told her about my pregnancy before he even talked to me. You could hear someone gasp. I looked straight at him. His face had gone pale. "And they laughed," I continued. "They laughed about me being stressed raising another child." The words tasted bitter coming out, but I needed them to hear it. Every single word. That's when he finally snapped. "This is insane," he said, standing up. "You're overreacting. You're pregnant, emotional. You're not thinking clearly." There it was. The deflection. The blame. My mental health suddenly became the problem. Not his betrayal. Not their lies. Mine. But I didn't argue. I didn't yell. I just looked around the room. at my parents, at the silence, at the truth hanging in the air like something heavy and undeniable. And then I read one last message, one that ended everything. He didn't say another word. He just stormed out. No apology, no explanation, just gone. And then my sister started crying. Not quiet tears, loud, dramatic, the kind that tries to pull sympathy back. "You're ruining everything," she yelled. "You're making this into something it's not." I stared at her. For a second, I almost didn't recognize her. This person who shared my childhood, my memories, my trust. Gone. Replaced by someone who could look me in the eye and lie. My dad didn't say anything. He just stared at the floor, silent. My mom looked like she couldn't breathe. Like everything she thought she knew about her family just shattered in front of her. And then my sister snapped. "You're a liar," she screamed. "You're blowing everything out of proportion." And just like him, she walked out too. And just like that, it was over. Their secret? Gone. Their lies? Exposed. And for the first time in a long time, I wasn't the one being made to look stupid. But exposing the truth doesn't end the story. It just starts a new one. My phone hasn't stopped buzzing since that day. My ex-fiancé, because that's what he is now, keeps texting me. One moment he's apologizing. The next he's blaming me, saying I humiliated him, that I could have handled it privately. Not once has he shown real remorse. He's not sorry for what he did. He's sorry he got caught. And my sister? She's worse. Calling me names. Saying I ruined her image. Telling anyone who will listen that I'm dramatic. That I made everything up. Even now, she refuses to take responsibility. I don't even know if they're still seeing each other. Maybe they're blaming each other now. Maybe they're pretending none of it happened. But honestly, I don't care anymore. Because their secret is out. And that's all I needed. I won't lie. There are moments when it hits me all over again. The betrayal, the heartbreak, the fear. Because now, I'm facing the reality of raising my daughter and possibly another child on my own. And that's terrifying. But underneath all of that, there's something else. Something I didn't expect. Relief. I'm not being lied to anymore. I'm not being laughed at behind my back. I'm not sitting at family dinners pretending everything is fine while they disrespect me in secret. That day, in the living room, it changed everything. It broke things. But it also freed me. Now, I'm talking to a lawyer. Because he barely contributed financially before, and I'm not letting him walk away without responsibility. I'm protecting my child. And I'm protecting myself. They might twist the story. They might lie to relatives. They might try to rewrite what happened. But I know the truth. And so does everyone who was in that room. Sometimes, exposing the truth doesn't feel like victory at first. It feels like chaos, like loss. But silence protects the wrong people. And the moment you stop protecting them is the moment you finally start protecting yourself. What would you have done in that situation? Would you expose them or walk away quietly? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more stories where karma hits exactly where it should, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Because some betrayals deserve to stay hidden, but others deserve to be heard by everyone.